y'all dogs for years and just cool it out. Ski week, we got the vote, and ski week, we got the vote, and oop, 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 oop. Ski week, we got the vote, and ski week, we got the vote, and oop, that's yours. Click, click, clack, clack, clack.
Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian. In today's video, Art Cathey is back, and yes, she's taken the show onto the road. At this present moment, she is in Honduras. She has set up some sort of scheme where people can pay her to go on these vacations and also get their teeth done at a very, very cheap rate. I've been watching her lives that she's been doing on Facebook and some of the videos that she's been putting up on her YouTube account, and it's so nice just to listen to her. She's calmed down a little bit, and you could tell that she was perhaps getting a little frustrated being in the United States of America. You could tell that she was happy to be in Honduras, right there next to the sea, next to the pool, drinking a margarita. She just looked in her zone. She started spieling. And do you guys know what happens when she starts to talk? You start to sort of, I don't know, you get enamored by her a little bit more. So I'm sitting there and I'm listening to her, and I'm listening to the music in the background. And I'm like, yo, I wish I could be there with her. Really, there was just a vibe there, and you could tell that she was enjoying herself. Art Cathey doesn't go on lives and post these videos for no reason. She posts these videos because it's her platform where she can sell her products and sell her services to her people. She has many schemes that she has thought up. She is, of course, like I said, focused on Ghana. She is focused once again on the real estate market in Ghana. So at some point, she will be coming over there and she will be staying there for a prolonged period of time. In fact, real estate is what she is currently focused on.
What's up, everybody? I am in this beautiful backdrop of nature in Georgia. It's my favorite place. Yesterday, I made a post about us acquiring our first tiny home, cash $55,000. But this is an opportunity for you to see it kind of in the process, because land ownership is just as important.
In her lives, she also spoke about perhaps even buying land and flipping land down there in South America. So currently she's in Honduras, but she was talking about going to another country afterwards, planning on staying in South America for at least the next 3 months. She's also been focused on flipping land and real estate also in the United States, more notably in Georgia. So a lot of you guys might be thinking, where is she getting all this help from? Where has she learned how to do this, how to acquire land and flip it and make money from it, make profit from it? A couple of weeks ago, she started posting photos on her Facebook account, and you could see that she was there promoting these tiny houses, because Art Cathey sells her services on how to be successful in relationships. And up until now, we've had very little evidence of this. All we have had are a few old photographs of Art Cathey with her husband. At the time, people made the assumption that she was still with him. How is a person like that able to sell herself as a person who is able to keep a committed, long-term monogamous relationship with a man? So that was that. We all made the assumption that she was a married woman, happy, and that they were somehow able to use their knowledge and their experience of being in a long-term relationship to keep themselves together, to keep their family together in a long distance relationship. Then she posted this video.
What's up, everybody? I am in this beautiful backdrop of nature in Georgia. It's my favorite place. Yesterday I made a post about us acquiring our first tiny home, cash $55,000. But this is an opportunity for you to see it kind of in the process, because land ownership is just as important. So we're out here in this beautiful area of Georgia, which is not too far from Lithonia, but we're here. This is 4 acres.
Yep.
This is 4 beautiful acres, and I'm gonna show you guys where we're gonna put the tiny home, what we plan to do with the tiny home. A lot of people are really interested in tiny homes, and if you're smart, you really need to start thinking about alternative housing, even Airbnb. I know all about that. So this is a really good example of how you can have, a primary home.
She starts posting more and more photographs of herself with this guy from the tiny houses that she was trying to promote. So this guy is her new man. Apparently, it's not her new man, it's a man that she has been in a long-term relationship with. That depends on how you define a long-term relationship. She hasn't been back from Africa for longer than a year yet, so it can't be that long-term, can it? And it doesn't seem like she did too bad either. But a number of things have come up since we've realized this. Even in the last week, a lot of things have been happening, which has thrown up a lot of other questions. It has thrown up questions about how stable they are, how this guy is able to take Art Cathey, because we know Art Cathey. We know Art Cathey, and it can't be easy to be with this woman almost 24/7. So how is he taking it? And lastly, and this is a very important question, are they still with each other? Because there is reasons to believe that the relationship has perhaps broken down, and that she is continuing to communicate to her followers and subscribers that she is still in a relationship with this said man. So we're going to try and answer these questions today. But first, I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting the channel on our Patreon. Link in the description. And for all the madness, like you saw in the intro, that Art Cathey is capable of, she still has a pretty competent business mind behind her. There is no way that you can start up these little enterprises that she's doing that are all bringing in multiple sources of income for her. That's enabling her to start the next chapter of her life, build another business, build something out of nothing. And she is showing her subscribers, her loyal subscribers, that she can do this, that she's not just a talker, that she literally gets things done. This is part of the reason why she was really welcomed by Kwesi Boyd over there in the Gambia, and why Kwesi Boyd never went against her, because she was an extremely necessary part of the machine of attracting people over to the Gambia. Now she's doing the same thing right now over there in Honduras. She is attracting subscribers down to Honduras, take the journey, and people are trusting her with that. She does have that alluring type of personality. It comes across on camera pretty well, and this is why a lot of people actually, when they were going over to the Gambia to meet her, they sort of wasn't expecting this frosty reception from her. They were expecting her to be there at the airport and hey girl, that type of thing that she always gives, that sort of warm feeling she gives over the camera, that she is your best friend, that you are with her, that sort of a thing. So they were expecting that, and they didn't get it, and it was strange to them people. I'm not sure whether she's going to do the exact same thing again, when she does this dental holidays, these dental vacations over in Honduras. I was looking at the people who were commenting under her comment section, and I thought there would be, maybe 3 or 4, perhaps 5 people that would say, yeah, I can't wait, I'm waiting to come to Honduras and things are great, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But no one no one had posted any comments in that way. In fact, that's a lie. One person did. At first I thought Art Cathey may have told those people who were going to Honduras to not comment under her videos or anything like that, so people couldn't sort of contact them and warn them or do whatever or speak to them. So at first I thought that, but then I saw one comment from one person who said, yes, I cannot wait to come down. And like I said, she has said in her lives that she's planning to stay down there for at least 3 months. So once again, she is going to put herself into a long distance relationship with this man. So guys, let's speak about him. Who is this guy? His name is Brandon George. He comes from Georgia and he is a real estate broker. And apparently he is a pretty successful real estate broker. Now this is starting to make sense. This is the reason why she is so focused on real estate. She now feels like she is more confident enough to do these deals because she has partnered up with somebody who knows how to work with real estate. Mouth-watering prospect, really, because you got this guy. He knows how to acquire land and flip it and make money off it in that sort of a sense. He's got a good business mind. If he's with Art Cathey, there is a great channel for her to push her subscribers who are throwing money at her. All these people still trust her and still want her services. That's pretty impressive to see that she is still able to get people to trust her after what happened in the Gambia. If people want land and they're in the Georgia area and they want to start their own small business, acquiring real estate and then selling it on for a profit, she is giving people the opportunity to do this. They are joining forces and it looks like they could be very successful at what they do. However, there seems to be storms on the horizon when it comes to her relationship with Brandon. We all know how social media works. You can read the signs on how a relationship between two people is working by seeing how they interact with one another via social media. So what are these signs? Well, 4 days ago, Art Cathey unfriended him from Facebook. Okay, that may not seem to be a big thing, but why would you actually go ahead and unfriend this man that you have been complimenting, that you have been speaking to, your man? Why would you unfriend him from Facebook? It just seemed to be a little strange that this happened. But it can happen for multiple reasons, right? But the actual act of her unfriending this man tells me that there was something going on. Now, the strange thing is that 3 days later, she refriended him again. Okay? So, it seemed as though there was some sort of spat between them right there and then. Because there was no contact between them during this time through Facebook. Your relationship on social media will sometimes reflect your real relationship with your significant other. So when I see somebody who's in a relationship and they are constantly unfriending and refriending that significant other person, that tells me that there is something going on in their relationship. But how is he taking it? How is he able to form a relationship with a woman that can be as fragmented, a woman that exudes male dominant energy? How is he able to maintain a consistent relationship with a woman like that? Art Cathey does say that she is in a long-term relationship. I doubt that, okay? I don't think that they have been with each other for a long period of time. We know that they haven't been with each other for longer than a year. And for me, anything under a year is not a long-term relationship. Okay, we're not 15 anymore. Okay, it may be for a teenager, but for us grown-up adults, a long-term relationship is definitely something which is over a year, right? Say that they had met online and that they had been speaking with each other for a longer period of time, then this could kind of make sense that they were in a long-term relationship, but not physical, and they weren't with each other physically, but they were living in different parts of America, and that at some point they met up. This would explain how they have been able to manage the relationship. I've been in this situation myself. It's been nice to be in a relationship with a woman that you can trust. You don't even have to think about trust and have a long distance relationship with them. It's nice to be in that situation. And I think that is perhaps what they are doing. Now, Art Cathey has now floated down to South America. She hasn't taken this Brandon George with her. So once again, they're in a situation where they're not going to be spending huge amounts of time with each other. I think this is where Ian Campbell actually had problems with Art Cathey, because I couldn't imagine living in a house with Art Cathey. It would be a nightmare. It would not be a house where you would have your child there and your child would grow up in peace and tranquility. No, there would be fire inside that house almost every day. I would say perhaps even a bipolar type environment where you would have Art Cathey all happy, all energetic, and then the next moment she's got the big sunglasses on and she's just sitting in the room staring at some. You could just tell that would be the type of environment that Art Cathey, the type of household that Art Cathey would cultivate. I don't know how Ian Campbell even took it for as long as he did. She's a difficult person to get along with at the best of times. So is Brandon George with her or not? I don't know. I don't know. And I think it's going to be difficult for us to decipher just how serious her relationship is with this Brandon George. Yes, she said that she was going to buy tiny homes, and we can tell by the way that she is focusing her business activities on real estate that she sees this Brandon George as a long-term commitment. I think that Art Cathey is willing to go the extra step to try and make things work with this Brandon George. She has made a massive commitment in telling the public that she actually has a man. I didn't think that she would go out and tell people that she had a man. She is notoriously secretive about her own love life and about her own relationships. So it's a strange thing for her to come out. She must be happy with this man. She must see a long-term commitment with this man. I'm going to say that they haven't been with each other for longer than 6 months, and I don't think it's going to last, because I don't think they are going to be able to live with each other as a functioning normal couple in a household. And she spoke about having children, for heaven's sakes, with this man. How are you supposed to know whether you can even build a household, which Art Cathey can't do, by the way? She cannot build a loving household where you cultivate positive energy and you can bring up a child in that positive energy. So if this Brandon George hasn't already smelt the coffee and already, taken flight, I think at some point in the future that will happen, because you can see that that Art Cathey is a difficult person to have a relationship with on any level. She is not a relationship builder. She is a person who needs her space and her time. If Brandon George is able to give her this space and this time, enable her to travel, see the world, do things, run her business and come back to her, things may have a chance. But in terms of having a long-term, solid relationship with Art Cathey, where they live under one roof for long periods of time and having children and bringing up a normal family, that's not going to happen with these two. I'm sorry to say this, Art Cathey, but I don't think that will ever happen with you. You need to realize this yourself, and just try to focus on the children that you do have. Ian Campbell was a relatively successful man. This guy has worked in Washington, D.C. in the upper echelons of the government as an advisor. So this guy is very intelligent, and I can't understand how a man of that intelligence could be with a woman like Art Cathey. But he took her, and he perhaps thought that he could change her, and well, that didn't happen, and eventually they broke up. Sad to see a family end in this way. But this Ian Campbell has become a solid father to his son, and he is a good dad. I think that his son is very lucky to have a father like he has. It would have been so much worse for the boy if both parents were like Art Cathey, or both parents were deficient in some way. Ian Campbell, he's a solid man, and he is still doing well in his life. So Art Cathey also needs to thank this Ian Campbell, because now she can focus on her relationship with her new man and try and make that work without having the child there all the time. Okay, so things are going to be a lot easier for Art Cathey, because she knows her child is in a very good place. So guys, Art Cathey is now in Honduras, and apparently there are going to be a whole host of people coming down to visit her. I'm not sure whether that is the case, whether there's going to be 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 people. I don't know. But I do know this: Honduras is not the safest place in this world. And I think Art Cathey has been touting it as a paradise. And it does look like a paradise on the outside. To many people who are vacationing in Honduras, it will look like a paradise, but we all know it. If you look at the statistics, Honduras is one of the most dangerous places in this world. There were more murders per capita in Honduras than there were in South Africa. So please guys, if you are going down to Honduras to meet Art Cathey, please, please, please be careful. The streets of Honduras can be a very dangerous place, but if you have somebody there like Art Cathey, who has that vitriol in her voice and will say whatever she wants to say whenever she feels like it, that is the perfect recipe for disaster. So please guys, stay safe. And this one's to you, Art Cathey. Please be careful down there. You're still a black woman. This is still South America. Be careful. So guys, are you going down to Honduras to meet Art Cathey? Do you have any reservations about Art Cathey? What do you think? Do you think she's going to be successful in her business? Do you think she's going to be successful in love with this Brandon George? Let me know in the comment section below. It would be really good to hear what you have to say about this. Guys, that's it from me for today. I'd like to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I'd like to give an extra special thank you to my Patreons. And I will see you in the next one. Until the next time, please think twice. Ta-ra a bit.